Hey guys, it's San and welcome back to the BulbaSquad. Coming back today with another reaction video. Today we are covering a video by PokeVault, how to invest in Pokemon in 2022, buy these 5 items right now. We're just going to be specifically looking at the items he's talking about. This isn't character degradation or anything. I'm not interested in that. I just want to analyze his opinions and see do I agree with them, and if not, then I'm gonna break them down and see why or why not I agree or disagree with them. So without further ado, let's hop right into it.
Guys, is going to be that are featured today. All right, guys, let's get right into this. So number one, guys, is going to be the Fates Collide Blister Pack.
Fates Collide Blister Pack is a odd pick. I've never liked blister packs personally because you have to buy them in bulk, so
Alright, hear me.
I don't like blister packs in the after they've gone out of rotation, just because it's very difficult to pick them up en masse with a bulk discount. It's just like booster boxes are something that more people are going to have en masse. Sealed sleeve booster pack cases are a little more niche, and it's strange. It's almost as though they demand a premium because nobody holds them. So you don't get that en masse discount that you would with other product lines. So that's my main thing I can automatically see I don't like about this, but I want to hear his full rationale.
Hear me out. So these are some of the artworks of the blister packs. There's one more that I'm missing. Just to give you an idea, this set is definitely slept on in my opinion as far as XY goes. It's now, don't get me wrong, it falls by the wayside because there are some other obvious banger XY sets. But Fates Collide is going to surprise some people later on. And
so it's not necessarily that this set is slept on, it's just the set is subpar overall. Like, think about it. We don't praise Champion's Path as this fantastic set because it really only has 1 or 2 cards to go after. The rest of them are just garbage. You don't want them. That's a very similar thing with Fates Collide. Burning Shadows has something similar, and they all share, well, not so much this one, but Burning Shadows and Champion's Path share the same thing of you hate them because there's just nothing to go after in that set. But on the flip side, there's an excitement to knowing you're going to lose 99% of the time, and that 1% chance if you hit it, there is a legitimate excitement.
the main reason why I'm bringing this set up specifically, these retail for $10. This set contains a card that is very slept on as far as I'm concerned, and that is the Alakazam secret rare card, which I will feature right here. The one that I have is actually off being graded right now. This is a card that features not only Alakazam, but it features the 2 fan favorites, Umbreon in the back.
I actually, until he points it out right here, I had no idea that there was an Umbreon and a Lugia in the background of this card, which is cool. That is one thing XY era cards did really well. They slipped in other Pokemon into the backgrounds, and I gotta commend them for that. And I do think they are a little slept on at times, but the prices do reflect that there is some genuine interest in them now after all this time.
Background, and also Lugia. There aren't many secret rare cards that feature Umbreon and Lugia that are not in the public's eye when it comes to the hobby. This card kind of gets pushed to the wayside or slept on because the feature Pokemon is Alakazam. But if you look at the artwork, it's literally cracked. I love this card specifically. I think it's an attractive card, and I think it's going to do well. It's going to surprise a lot of people, especially in a PSA 10 down the road. And I'm not talking about tomorrow or next month or next year. I'm talking about 5 to 10 years down the road. I think the set specifically is going to surprise some people.
Right away, we're starting to talk about 5 to 10 years. Don't like that. Not a fan of that, okay? Again, we talk about it's going to surprise people 5 to 10 years from now. Logic can be used on anything, all right? You can use it on anything, especially whenever we're talking about something as subjective as your taste in a set. Right away, I think he's gonna probably do this again, where his opinion on what the cards look like, etc., is gonna be one of the driving factors behind the decision on what he parks money into, and then goes on to peddle to his audience that these are something that is good, because even if he says it's what I'm buying, well, the video is how to invest and then buy these 5 items right now. So he's telling you to buy them. I gotta say, it's just, this is why I created the spider system. There's far too much subjectivity when it comes to these kinds of things, especially singles. I really do not like trying to predict the future on singles. It's so difficult because people's tastes just change all the time. That's why, even though modern is extremely dangerous most of the time, booster boxes have this level of safety within them, because booster boxes just have kind of this innate, I guess, what people want from them. Even if it might seem purely irrational at times, people still want them. And trying to make the claim of something like that card really coming into the market's eye, and then that will be the driving factor behind it. That will be a factor if it does appreciate, but I feel like that's a very narrow view on this set particularly, and trying to extrapolate from such a small upward sliver of the set that this is going to happen. So give me 1 second. Here we have the XY Fates Collide set. Okay, as you can tell, we got the break cards. We're not even going to count those. No one really cares for. EX cards also, no one really cares for them. Maybe the Mega EX cards sometimes have some desire, but more often than not, no. Umbreon. Let's see, Altaria, weak. I mean, I guess that Lugia looks nice. There's a Lugia break. Glaceon, I guess, fair enough. Umbreon, but these kinds of arts, there is definitely a market for them. But we've seen other sets that have these exact same Pokemon, and sometimes they don't appreciate as well as we all think they will. And I'm just looking at the set. It's average. This, I guess I could say above average. Above average, I guess, just because it's Umbreon. Average. This one, I guess you can make the argument, is a solid card. And then there's this. It just doesn't have anything going for it that would make me want to pick this over everything else you could buy with that money. So right now, it seems as though Fates Collide booster packs, as he said, go for about $8 to $10. It definitely shifts a bit. For that price, though. So for the price of a Fates Collide booster pack, we're looking somewhere in the vicinity of $10 after shipping and fees, and just whatever it is you have to cover. It's not a bad price for its age, because remember, we're looking at Fates Collide, which is down here. Yeah, right here, right alongside Evolutions and Generations. But the thing is, we need to compare apples to apples. So we have this set, and then we have other sets. What is within the same price range? Right away, my mind went to, okay, Fates Collide has the same problem as Burning Shadows and Champion's Path, in that it really only has one chase card. So let's go to its nearest competitor. Burning Shadows, right here. They go for about $10 all day long, just the sleeve pack. So the argument is being made essentially that, okay, we're going to pick Fates Collide because of whatever arbitrary reason. We like the arts. Whenever objectively we know Charizard tends to sell. We have Charizard right here. That's kind of it, because I would almost say that's all you need. Whenever we're competing against another set, that all it really has is the Alakazam EX. And remember, while there is absolutely some subjectivity, because this is his opinion and what he wants, we need to remember, just look at the title of the video, How to Invest in Pokemon 2022. Buy these 5 items right now. He's telling you to buy them, but we need to fully break it down and see what exactly he's proposing, and is it worth it? And in this case, the price comparison, there's no point. Why would you get this when Burning Shadows is right there, has a $3,000 Rainbow Charizard? It might have gone down, don't fully quote me on that one. And it has the exact same problem in that it only has one chase card. Alakazam to Charizard. Take your pick.
And I think this card is going to surprise some people. Fates Collide did not have the best print quality. Okay, which that could be said for a lot of the XY series and different sets. So for those reasons, I really, really like these blister packs in general. I like this set in general. I think it's very affordable for how old it is, and I like that secret rare card. So for all those reasons, Fates Collide blister pack at $10 is my number one pick.
His number one pick? That's what that is? Sorry, a number one pick at that level just feels kind of strange. Fates Collide, the Alakazam should be one of the very last ones way down here. Full Art Alakazam EX, we have 164 10s after, what is that, 2016, so it's been 6 years, so yeah, the population is fairly low. We have 408 9s. So what he's talking about with the low print quality, yeah, I can definitely see what he's talking about. There is some consistency what he's saying, except for the kind of 9s we have here, which kind of surprises me. We have that good of a ratio. But that's the thing, right? Trying to gamble on, oh, it has low PSA 10 numbers. Well, I'm pretty sure the Burning Shadows Charizard also has fairly low PSA 10 numbers, just due to its own problems. Let me see if I'm correct on that one. Let me pull it up. Alright, full art. Charizard, there we go. Okay. So, if we can extrapolate what happened with the other one, this one just has substantially more graded, so it would make sense that we have a number more that actually end up being 10s. But this one is still easier to grade, but the demand in between the two is just night and day. One has clearly more than the other. Alakazam may be a favorite, but it's not... I wouldn't even put it in... So Charizard's in Z tier, then we have like Umbreon and those Pokemon in S tier. I wouldn't even put Alakazam in S tier. I believe objectively he's in A tier, because his cards just historically have not been things that perform extremely well. So I don't quite agree with his take at all on it. Just, it feels like there's objectively better options.
Number 2 is going to be a head scratcher, but I think it's a play, and that is the Celebrations Premium Playmat Collection. All right, let me see if I can get this thing on fire,
okay,
guys.
I'm willing to listen.
This is the Celebrations Premium Playmat Collection. I'm going to try to angle my camera up a little bit. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, I know we've spoken about this in the past with Celebrations, but obviously it features Pikachu everything. This features 25 different artworks of different Pikachu throughout the generations of the Pokemon TCG and card game and artworks in general. So they all, and it's kind of it's cool for that reason. It has the 4 card kind of jumbo card that you can put together, and you can put all the Pikachus together. Some people are going to argue whether Celebrations is out of print or not. My local LCS said they're out of print. That doesn't mean that they might not show up in different forms later on, but
So I want to address that, right? So you can agree with me, disagree with me, but here's my rationale, right? I don't really listen too much to the card stores and to the distributors, just because they know when it's happening at that particular moment. So we should listen in that capacity. But saying something's out of print, it doesn't mean anything. You guys need to remember that back during the Pokemon Go time, and even to an extent recently, Pokemon will announce that something's out of print and then just turn around and say, you know what? No, there's money to be made. Let's go ahead and print it. It doesn't mean anything. But what I can tell you is consistently they typically don't reprint after we pass the 2-year mark. The only one that everyone just seems to never forget about is Ultra Prism. But that was technically within rotation. It had like 2 or 3 months left, but it was still in the rotation and fell well within the scope of my rule. And even if it did break that rule, well, it's one exception within what, like 25 sets? You're really worrying about a 4% chance? Like, no, that's why I just wanted to talk about that. I really never have liked lending too much credence to it, because how often does someone have these distributors or stores said, oh, it's out of print, and then it just pops up again? It's far too often. Don't just take their words as it is. Just take this idea of, okay, 2 years and then you should be relatively safe once it goes out of rotation. And that's more reliable than any card store.
Think for mass printing, and you're still going to see these pop up every now and again in the wild. At $49.99, I am a 100% buyer on this. It has, obviously, it features celebrations. It has some battle styles. It has Chilling Rain and or Vivid Voltage a lot of times. But aside from that, it's just the allure. The playmat's awesome. The playmat itself sells for about $15 to $20. These cards go for about the same. The value is there for me. And then as far as a long-term play, I think this is going to be a nice little gainer long-term. Obviously, there's other celebration items that are going to do much better because they're much more rare, much more wanted, and not attainable. I get that. But as far as availability goes, I think this is a very easy entry point if someone's trying to pop.
Okay, right there. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to go look at the playmat, I'm going to go look at the cards, and then we'll see if his statement holds true to what he said. And then we'll look at the packs, and we'll see how it turns out, right? But that alone, his statement right there of, yeah, I know there's going to be other products that perform better, yada, yada. Just stop right there. Just stop right there. Why are we even having a conversation about this item? In respect to investing, because that's what the video is, remember? Like if we look down there, how to invest, not how to collect. If it's collecting, by all means, all opinions are valid. If we're talking investing, you just said there are going to be other Celebrations products that are going to most likely appreciate better and are going to outperform this. And this is going to be a nice little gainer. Why are we talking about this anymore? You just accepted that this is a subpar item by comparison to others. And reasonably, at that point, it just stops. Go with whatever's smartest. Because if we're saying investing, we're going in with that mindset. We're not letting emotions get in the way. If we're saying collecting, okay, like I said, do whatever you want. You do you. But if it's investing and now you're peddling it to someone else, and you just said yourself it is not the best choice, then why are we still talking about this?
Hop into Celebrations and make a good decision on a long-term hold. So for those reasons, Celebrations Premium Playmat Collection.
For those reasons, I am out.
Pikachu style. Number 3, guys, this is some intel that I got from the owner of my local card shop, and that is going to be the Shining Fates Elite Trainer Box.
I'm seeing those pop up in stores again, so I think he's going to say that there's a reprint coming in.
Okay, so you guys, once again, you're going to be scratching your heads. What's this guy talking about? Hear me out. These are receiving a reprint, okay? He's getting a huge release
exactly.
of these Shining Fates ETBs, and it should be the same for every card shop. I would assume every big card shop across the U.S. There should be a huge surplus of these coming in the next few weeks. When Shining Fates first came out, these were selling for between $100 and $150. It was madness, and that's because supply was low. Then they went back down to 50, and then they came right back up to 70, 75. You're going to start seeing these creep back down to $50. I see them getting sold left and right for $50. At $50, guys, if you can get it maybe on a sale, LCSs run sales all the time. This is a literal play for me. I think this box is going to do very well long term. And once again, we are not talking about tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year. I'm talking about 5 to 10 years from now.
Okay. Please, for the love of all that is holy. No, not even holy. For the love of all that is greedy. Because we are all greedy people. That's why we're on this channel. Stop talking about these 5 to 10 year timelines like you can even visualize it. Where were you 5 years ago? Or, 5 years, I can imagine, yes, alright, let's agree on that. 10 years? Where were you 10 years ago? 10 years ago? I was in middle school, guys. I never imagined I'd be here, so don't talk about it from that perspective. 5 years, yes, we can extrapolate from that, I suppose, with some level of accuracy because of collectibles. But 10 years? In 10 years, we have no idea what will happen. Pokemon could somehow pile drive itself into the ground. you take my meaning. But overall, I actually do agree with this item. I think it's a good idea. When we look at the timeline, Shining Fates came out February of 2021. It is now end of March. It's the 25th when I'm recording this. It is now over a year old. We have one more year in rotation before it's done. It might even end sooner because it's like in a really wonky place. They might just decide to cut it off sooner. We don't know. But that's already 1 year of the technically infinite supply being out there. I say technically infinite because while it's in rotation, technically they can print as much as they want. Once it's out of rotation, the odds of there being reprints, like I said, goes down. So I say finite because the amount that will hit the market is most likely gonna be negligible. And after 1 year, you can buy, if you can get it again at MSRP, like he said, you now have that 1 year of infinite supply just done, and you have MSRP. That would be a fairly good entry point that I can justify going in on. That's why I'm actually agreeing with this one versus the Generations one, which I didn't agree with whatsoever, especially just because of his statements. And in this case, this is the primary item, so I can see even more justification for going for it.
This box itself could really surprise you. It comes with an EV VMAX promo card, which I'll feature here, and this box is going to surprise some people later on. I don't know that we'll ever see this at $50 within a few months of this set being out of print. And Shining Fates, it's not Hidden Fates, right? We can agree. But Shining Fates is cracked in its own right, in my opinion. I think it's a fun set to open. We
Yeah, it's shinies. It's a decent set.
Breaks. And yeah, I think this is
When
a
was
play
that?
at $50. Shining Fates Elite Trainer box. All right, guys, number 4. We've talked about it before. I have to talk about it again because
So far, we're
like
1 for 3.
in 1 year from today, people are going to look back at this time and be like, oh my gosh, I should have done something there. And that is going to be the Chilling Rain booster box. So everyone's going to be like, yeah, we know, blah, 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 Chilling Pain. The reason why I like this box at $83 right now is, number one, it's $83. I get it. This Chilling Rain came out when Evolving Skies was there, 25th anniversary. It got nerfed out hardcore, okay? I get it. Even people will prefer Fusion Strike over Chilling Rain. I'm not debating that at all. What I will tell you guys is my experience with the set. It does have tough pull rates, and as far as I'm concerned, I've opened a lot of it, and the pull rates are a little bit tough. The artworks in here, guys, they can stand up to a lot of sets. They will take the shorts off of a lot of sword.
You're talking about the artwork. Why would you show the rainbow rares instead of the alternate arts? Why?
Shield and even Sun and Moon sets as far as artworks are concerned. The set is pretty cracked as far, in my opinion, as far as the alternate arts.
There we go.
It's a beautiful set. Take a second look, guys. Take a second thought. I know that there's other sets out right now. Like currently there's Brilliant Stars. I get that. Totally. But this could be a time for reflection, and especially at $83, guys, this is such a play that you could be, quote me now. This set, once out of print, give it 3 to 5 years, you could easily see this box selling for $300 to $400. I said it here first. Just saying.
Okay. I was agreeing with him until he said that statement right there, okay? Picking this up at $83, if that's like your complete price, and you're only including tax, okay, I can absolutely understand that. This set, we are almost at 1 year in. So we've only got about another year and some change before it goes out of rotation. Again, the same thing as Champion's Path. Or not Champion's Path, Shining Fates. So, again, I can see the justification, and I think objectively this is a good set. Our alternate arts, they're good. Even if they're weaker, the alternate arts are just good, okay? Objectively, everyone kind of has to say they're good arts. Even if you don't think it's fantastic and you think everything else, or there's other things better, objectively it's better than the Rainbow Rares. I don't feel like there's any arguing about that. But what was that statement again? I need to hear him say it one more time.
This box, this set, once out of print, give it 3 to 5 years, you could easily see this box selling for $300 to $400.
3 to 5 years, $300 to $400. He lost me the moment he said that, just because before everything that happened, because that's the thing, we have this recency bias because we've seen everything happen in such recent times, and so many people are only exposed to that we think appreciation rapidly is just the norm. Like, it's just stocks. No, it's not. Things prior to 2020 were not appreciating at a very quick rate. If you had an $83 booster box go in, let's say, 4 years, I'll break them down the middle, 3 to 5 years, so 4 years. If you saw it appreciate by even a 50% margin, that was really good. Like, if you saw something like that, that was really good. If for whatever reason that booster box hit $150 to maybe $200 on the high end, like, you did really well. I don't know why he felt the need to make it such a ridiculous statement of $300 to $400 in 3 to 5 years. Because remember, this is taking into account how good we think the art is. But if we look back at XY and all those sets, the art at that time was really good for what it was, and then it just got power crept by what we did now. So it kind of skewed our perspective on what they were looking like. In 3 to 5 years, that could absolutely happen again, and this opinion is just invalid at that point, because now everyone's moved on to the new shiny stuff. So I agree with trying to pick it up at this cost basis. Downside risk relatively low, and it is a very nice mixture of opportunity cost reduction and cost basis or entry point. But I don't agree with setting this unrealistic expectation of $300 to $400 in 3 to 5 years. That's absolutely preposterous, and you should not be peddling that to anybody.
I said it here first. Just saying, that's my number 4 pick, Chilling Reign booster box for $83. Probably the sleeper pick of the entire
what have you got
episode,
for the sleeper?
And that is going to be the Metal Charizard from Celebrations. So this guy right here is obviously
Metal Charizard. That's your pick. I mean, I know what the rationale would be, naturally. It's the first gold card, it's Charizard, it's from the anniversary of the 25th anniversary, it's going to go up during the 30th anniversary. Like, that's just what the argument always is about this. Yes, there is very lucrative potential reward in this card. But we got a few problems and a few hurdles we got to overcome first, right? One. So, we have a very big hurdle. One, this is a metal card, and there's a reason PSA stopped grading them. Like, there's a legitimate reason they stopped, because it's difficult to authenticate these. I don't know if there's a way for you to legitimately authenticate them anywhere other than PSA, and if there was, well, I would question their credibility or authenticity in that situation, because PSA is the gold standard, whether you like it or not. And two, we're banking and hedging on a promo that is $80 to $100, and if we look at eBay, the price is pretty sporadic. It's hard to tell what is what. Like, this one's on bid for $80 right now, $145 there. Stop grading these people. 80 there. Like, it's somewhere between 80 to 100, if not more. Real quick, I need to find out. Let's see. Completed items. 125, 125, 150, 177. Yeah, so this is over $100. Just period. It's over I didn't mean to do that. It's over $100, just period. With that kind of money, you can buy booster boxes which are just way less risky than this. They're more reliable. I just can't find the justification for going after the Charizard in particular over the sealed product, which would just be infinitely safer. I just don't like it. If you want to spec in the Charizard, spec in the Ultra Premium Collection. That's where they come from. And congratulations, if you get one, you also get a Pikachu free of charge? No. But as I was saying, at the end of the day, there's a better way to invest into this with the Ultra Premium Collection. Sealed form is technically the more rare form. If you like the Charizard, go for it, and you're probably less likely to get scammed because, again, these can be counterfeited. I don't like singles whatsoever because they're so hard to predict. They can be manipulated, and it's much easier to speculate on them sometimes, especially when it's a relatively low dollar cost like this. Yes, you can win rewards bigger because it's higher risk, but again, if you buy the Ultra Premium Collection and the Charizard explodes, congratulations, you also have the Charizard.
A very, very wanted card. They're selling, they're all over the place. I've seen sales from $80 to $125. There was a time when they were selling for up to $300 when it first came out. Oh, I have some dust there. I've picked up a few here and there. When it's at around $100, I'm picking them up. So obviously, if you got it graded by PSA and you came back a 9 or a 10, you're literally just, you're just eating big time, right? Bread on bread. But if you can buy them loose for around $100, I truly, truly think this is a play. I would not be surprised once Celebrations is well and gone. Let's say we're talking about 30th anniversary. Picture us looking back at 25th anniversary when it's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. This card could easily be fetching $400 to $500 in my opinion. Especially, and what I'm basing my comments on is the fact that there were not a lot of UPCs printed compared to everything else. I'm just saying, it's something to think about. And this is the iconic Pokemon with the iconic artwork, and it's done in metal, which is very, very unique. When do you ever see this? This card is so, so, so unique, and the fact that you can get them right now for $100, I think it's a literal steal. So that's just my opinion, guys. That's all I'm...
Again, yeah, it's exactly what I said the argument is. I've heard everyone say it. If you're going to spend that money, just buy the UPC. Just buy the UPC. It's safer. You're going to get the same appreciation you get out of the Charizard. And you also get the Pikachu on top of that, plus those two promos, which I have no clue how much they go for. And whatever packs are inside, like... It just boggles my mind why people would go for the singles whenever they're already at the prices that they are at. Alright, so that was it for his video. He just does his outro and whatever. Overall, the agreement was kind of like 2 for 5, I guess. It's like more like 1.5. I agree with that Chilling Reign one. Did not agree whatsoever with the ridiculous notion that you have to put any form of price estimate on it or price appreciation goal. Just no, don't do that. You're gonna delude people, and people are already easily enough deluded. The XY pack, no, I don't agree. There's just better options. I don't even remember what they were anymore. Like, what were the items anyway? Face Collide. Pikachu, he disqualified it himself. He disqualified it himself by saying this isn't the best option. Then why are we talking? Unless if you got these things for dirt cheap. Shining Fates, yes, I think it's a fairly good option. I could agree with that. Chilling Reign, again, don't like his prediction. And the Charizard card, just get the Ultra Premium Collection at that point. You're going to alleviate so much more risk. And just overall, it's the better option. So that's all I got for you guys today. Tell me, what you guys think of the video? Did you agree with my takes? Did you disagree with them? Either way, tell me down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like button or subscribing. It's free. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.